and now we're gonna do our workout.
So we want to make sure we have a chair, water, and optional dumbbells nearby. We're going to start with a squat. We want to have our feet hip distance apart, abdominal muscles drawn in tight, and we're going to sit our hips back like we're sitting in a deep chair, keeping our chest lifted. So our goal is to complete 12 slow and controlled repetitions. And today in our workout, we'll be doing 2 sets of each exercise, cycling through all the exercises first and then repeating with some variations. Get a nice slow controlled squat sitting back. And as you stand tall, squeeze the buttocks and really lengthen up through the spine. Now we're going to use our chair for tricep dips. So we're going to scoot our hips forward. Here's my workout buddy waffles. Shoulders are drawn down and back, and we're bending at the elbows, pointing those elbows straight behind us, almost as if you had a rubber band around your elbows, pulling them towards each other. Dipping our hips down towards the ground and back up, using a range of motion that feels right for your shoulders. The slower we go, the more challenging the exercise. We're not rushing through. Move into our push-ups. So different options here. We could do them, my favorite push-ups on the kitchen counter. You could use the chair arms. And for a little more challenging, if you're ready for that, you could come down a little bit lower and either working off the seat frame of the chair with the knees bent, or moving all the way down to the ground for either knee push-ups or full push-ups. Whatever option you're choosing, you're keeping your abdominal muscles in tight, keeping your spine long, pulling those shoulder blades down. Imagine you're trying to put your shoulder blades down in your back pockets. So you're sliding them down away from your ears. And either option, again, 12 repetitions, slow and controlled. And then after, give it a good stretch, pressing the hips back into the heels. And then we're going to come over onto our back for bicycle crunches. So our hands are behind our head, supporting us. We're going to lift our shoulders and chest up off the ground. And then keeping that lift, we're rotating from side to side, either allowing one foot to come down to the ground as the other elevates, or keeping them elevated for a little more advanced exercise. Doing one again that feels right for your back and your body. We're looking for that challenge so that we feel challenged with 12 repetitions. You can always make things more challenging by going slower. Try to keep those shoulders elevated up off the ground. Excellent as you do the bicycles. Pull the knees to the chest and let that help relax your back. Roll over, and as we prepare to get off the ground, bring one foot forward, tuck those back toes under, and lift yourself up. Second set. So here I'm adding in an optional overhead press with dumbbells. Do what feels right for you. So we're going to again go into that squat, and this time we're pressing those arms up. You can imagine you're lifting a canoe up onto a car. Palms facing each other, abdominal muscles in tight. So this is our second set. Hopefully we're feeling it a little more in the legs. And if we're not, we can always add a little bit heavier weights. These are 5-pound weights here, but you could do 3s or 10s. Really listen to your body and adjust. Make sure you're not rushing and moving slow and controlled so you have good form. Hips pressing back. Arms really reaching up. And always bend your knees when you're setting down and picking things up, protecting your back. So now we're moving back into those tricep dips. make it more challenging, you can always move your feet out a little bit further, but keep your hips pretty close to the chair. And elbows are tucked in, shoulders are pulled down. And this workout can be done inside, outside. If you're at a park, maybe you find a park bench and utilize that in your workout. Stretch it out a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and switch over to our push-ups. So again, second set, so maybe the arms are starting to feel a little fatigued. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Again, with your push-ups, we're going for 12 in any position that feels right for you. Either countertop, maybe the seat of the chair, or maybe all the way down on the ground, either from the knees or from the toes. And if you're in an area where it's just not possible to have that available, maybe consider using a wall too, just pushing up and back against a wall, standing push-ups. It's always better to get some exercise in. We can be creative as long as we're safe. Stretch it out, press those hips back into the heels, wiggle them side to side, really lengthen through your back. So in addition to keeping strong, we want to stay mobile so we can do our activities that we enjoy. So let's try something else. Instead of the bicycle crunches, we're coming into a plank pose and then alternating knee taps. So you could do the bicycles again and repeat for 12, or maybe you want to try something different. I did 12 knee taps. I'm going to do a little cobra stretch to lengthen my spine. The stretch counterbalances the forward flexion we spend most of our day in. I'm on my elbows. You could also come up a little bit higher on your palms. So let's lift back up and do another 12 taps. Again, the bicycle option is also there for you. Plank pose is just another nice way to strengthen those core muscles. So give it a good stretch. Maybe, again, palms press down, lift up a little bit higher, but never with force. Good. And again, when we come off the ground, knees under the hips, stack your spine, bring one foot forward, tuck those back toes under so that we're not putting any pressure on our back when we stand up. And now my favorite part, the stretch. So as important it is to stay strong, we also want to stay limber and mobile. So hand on your back, lifting that elbow up, side stretch. Let's switch other side. Nice tricep stretch, relax your shoulders, stretch it over to the other side. Canoeing or kayaking, you get a lot of tightness in the back. So now we're going to go into a calf stretch to stretch down the back of the lower leg. Nice complement to our power walk or our run before our workout. Again, we're complementing this 15-minute strength workout with our 1 mile walking challenge, where we try to get that 1 mile in a little bit quicker each time we go out on our walk. Really push that back heel into the ground. Now switching sides, getting a nice stretch down the back of that left leg. Make sure your heel's right behind your toes if you want to challenge your balance, which helps build core strength. Think about lifting your arms up. You want to keep your gaze steady. That helps with balance. And then moving into quadricep stretch. If the ankle hold doesn't feel comfortable for you, you can move your hands to the heel of the shoe or maybe the pant leg. Either way, we want to try to stand tall in the stretch, let our hips press forward. Base it on how you feel. This is your workout. gaze steady, maybe challenging in that balance pose, but knowing you can always hold on throughout the stretch again. So either shoelace hold, heel hold, or pant-like hold. And if you need a little more sensation, squeeze your buttocks a little bit, push your hips forward, and see if you can get a little deeper stretch. Take 3 nice deep breaths. Just as important as strengthening is lengthening, which helps improve our mobility and reduces our risk for injury and discomfort with our favorite activities. So now we're going to go into our hip stretch. You want to sit in a chair, position yourself in a place of comfort. Let's bring our right ankle on our left leg. If you need to scoot that left leg forward a little bit, you can, and then bring it in. Listen to your body. That right ankle is flexed, the toe is pulling in. If you need more stretch, you can extend the spine and maybe hinge forward from the hips. Usually we feel quite a bit of tension in our hips, so as we take time to stretch out our hips, this gives us more mobility in our back. So really important stretch to do multiple times throughout the day. Switching sides. Again, holding each stretch for about 3 deep breaths. If it's really tight, maybe holding a little bit longer. So we never want to force, make sure that we're always easing into our stretches gently so that we don't pull anything. It's important to stretch at the end of the workout when our body's nice and warm. We'll get more out of that stretch. And from hips, we move into our hamstrings, which also attach into our hips. So if they're tight, it can put a lot of strain on the back by limiting the mobility of the hips. So with the leg extended, gently pull the toe towards you as you hinge forward from the hips. If you need more stretch sensation, you can take that opposite arm and reach it towards the toe. But if it causes you to round your back a lot, consider staying up with the hands. And then switch other side. Inhale to sit tall. Exhale, gently extend that spine forward. Take this time to breathe, relax, and enjoy the sensation of stretch.